Hello people of the internet, my name is Harmony, also known as Lapcat Creations, and welcome to my first ever YouTube video. So today I'm going to talk a little bit about what this channel is going to be. So again, my name is Harmony, I'm 22, and I live in North Carolina. I've been doing art since I was a kid and have been doing it as a career and, seriously for about the past 3 years. About 2 years ago, I took a watercolor class, and it taught me a lot, but I learned a lot more from watching YouTube, and so I just kind of want to pass what I know down to whoever, or see if anybody, has any tips for me or can learn anything from me, and I don't know, just kind of a whole experience on this channel. We will basically be learning together and growing together, and I don't know, I think that's nice. I will get to know you guys through the comments, and yeah, it'll be cool. But anyways, so I mostly work with watercolor and ink wash, and for those of you that don't know, ink wash is just adding a little bit of water to drops of ink, like right here, so that you get different shades of gray. It can be really, really cool to work with and cool to use in watercolor because once you put it down, it doesn't move. So if you have something that you really want, permanent, then, you can use ink wash instead of just using up all your black watercolor. Another thing that I like to do and that I will be talking about in the future is line work. And a lot of people use micron pens or Copic fine liners, but I like to use a brush and ink just because you can get different line weights, and so I will be talking more about that. And I don't know, it's really up to you guys. If you have any requests on things for me to talk about or things that you want to learn about, please let me know down in the comments section and feel free to message me. I'm on Facebook as at Lapcat Creations or on Instagram as Lapcat Creations 3210. I'm pretty much have no life outside of my art, so feel free to stop by and say hello anytime. Here I'm just using gel pens to add a little bit of metallic to the zippers and, the shiny places on the piece. And I don't know, pretty much what you can take away from this video is that this is going to be a learning experience for everybody, and that you can do multiple things in one piece. It doesn't have to be all watercolor or all ink. You can do multimedia. Mind blown. It took me a while to figure that out, so don't feel bad if, that just kind of hit you. Another thing that you probably saw in the beginning of the video was me using a blow dryer on the watercolor, because when I took that watercolor class, nobody told me that I could use anything, to help it dry faster. So I would sit there for hours on end doing one little section of the piece and waiting for it to dry, and then moving on to the next little section of the piece and waiting for it to die. Not to die, but to dry. And that could be really, really frustrating because with watercolor, you really have to work in layers to build up that color. And if you do it while it's still wet, then, it won't be as opaque, and you will get really, really muddy colors kind of all run together. I don't know. I messed up a lot of pieces in the beginning, is what I'm trying to say. And here's what I'm talking about with the line work. I'm just using a paintbrush and a little bit of ink. It's a very teeny paintbrush. It's very small. And I'm outlining her hair and the gas mask. Now, what I did with the gas mask, you can either leave highlights on while you're inking it, or you can go back in with a white gel pen or gouache, which is another medium that I can talk about in the future if you want to learn, and add highlights to your piece. So you don't always have to plan it out. You can go back over it. Speaking of planning every little thing out, it is okay if you make a mistake in your piece. Not every single thing that you do is going to be perfect, but that's what art is about, learning from your mistakes, or as Bob Ross would call them, happy little accidents. So that's pretty much what this channel is going to be about, learning from trial and error, and that's pretty much what art is, if you think about it. So do not freak out if you mess up. You can either try to find a way to fix it, or you will learn so that you do not do that thing next time in your piece. So what I'm doing here is I'm outlining him and his hair. His eyes were really a pain. I had to get an even smaller brush than the small brush that I already had so that I wouldn't mess up his face. There have been plenty of pieces that I have done where I get everything awesome and then completely messed up the face. There's actually a piece on my Instagram. It's a girl standing in a storm and she has a veil over her face. That's what that is about. I completely messed up her face. Her nose was way off, the eyes were crooked, and I didn't want to throw the piece away because I really, really liked how it was turning out. So, you find a way to make it work and make it better and all that happy stuff. So that's pretty much what this channel is going to be. I hope you guys, tune in next time and have fun watching these videos, because it's pretty fun making them. I had to figure out all different kinds of angles, and I actually made my phone stand out of polymer clay. This is what I was talking about when I was talking about doing highlights with gel pen. That's what that is. And then taking off the tape, and then boom, here's the final piece. I hope you guys like this video, and I hope to see you next time. Bye!